Alrighty, let's get started. Welcome to the Northern Burlington County Regional High School College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Chelsea and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This is one of many sessions happening, so be sure to check our schedule on the website. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Burlington. Alrighty, I'd now like to turn it over to our first presenter, NJIT.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name's Lucy. I am one of the admissions recruiters here at NJIT, and I just want to say thank you for joining us all this evening to learn about NJIT and the other fantastic schools here tonight. So as a mid-sized polytechnic institute, we are able to ensure that students still receive one-on-one attention that allows them to flourish in the classroom while providing them with a wide variety of opportunities in and out of the lecture hall. With a student to faculty ratio of about 15:1 and the average class size being 25, we really don't see a whole lot of 100 student plus lecture size halls. So students get the opportunity to work closely with their professors to create meaningful relationships and true sense of understanding of the course materials. Here at NJIT, we enroll around 11,000 students, the majority of which are going to be undergraduate students, and our student body represents about 40 states and 79 countries, ensuring that the campus culture is diverse and helps prepare our students for a future working with others all across the world. At NJIT, faculty are required to continue working in the field while teaching with us, and our students are able to take advantage of this in many ways. Students are able to learn from faculty in the classroom, the workplace, and in the research labs as one of the many perks of a Research One institution. Our undergraduate research and innovation office is dedicated to not only connecting students with research projects that they are interested in, but helping them receive funding, access additional networking opportunities, and specialized coursework that's centered around successful research. One of the many opportunities is our summer symposium, which is the largest student research event on campus that invites students, our student researchers and their faculty advisors to share their work, bringing an average of around 340 guests to campus to see the work that our students have done. Some of you may be familiar with this, but at NJIT, we do have one of the largest educational makerspaces. The space itself is 21,000 square feet, and our motto is, if you can dream it, you can make it at NJIT. That's the story behind our makerspace. It is the largest educational facility in the tri-state area, and the NJIT makerspace is an innovation space that allows our students to use what they learn in the classroom to actually create something. Students do also retain the right to their intellectual property associated with any projects or inventions that they wish to start or build in the space, so you truly own whatever you create in this environment. We've had students use this space in the past and go on to present their work or present their product rather to Shark Tank, which is very cool. While academics are the foundation of a college experience, it's also important to explore life outside of the classroom and to be able to fully immerse yourself in the community campus. Here are just a few of the many ways that NJIT helps students experience a well-rounded experience. There's hundreds of ways to get involved on campus with over 140 student-run organizations, 30 sororities and fraternities, as well as a Division I in terms of athletics with 19 different teams. There's always something happening on campus. We even have a bowling alley in our student center. So we know that your goal is not to be a student forever, so our career development services team work closely with our alumni network and our top companies to create internship and co-op opportunities that will translate into your first job once you leave campus. Students using this service, it's free for them to use, and say, for example, they decide 5-10 years into their career, they decide, I don't want to be on Wall Street. I don't want to be doing whatever it is you're doing. You can come back to NJIT, and our career development services personnel will help you start over or find a different career path, which is awesome. And like I mentioned, our career development services, during the 2020 academic year, over 1,600 students were placed in different co-ops and internship programs, making over $12.7 million. Now, considering that was the height of the pandemic, that's pretty cool. At NJIT, we also have a bunch of recruitment events where employers such as Facebook, NASA, Google, so on and so forth, they will come to campus virtually this year and last, but they come to campus, and it's a great opportunity for you to get to meet with people and networking and potentially find your future employer. We know that there's significant costs associated with pursuing a college degree, and we want to share how NJIT works with providing students with a high quality education as well at affordable price. Our in-state tuition is just about $18,000, and then our out-of-state is $34,000, and then room and board is just shy of $13,000. I do like to mention that with the room and board, as a first-year student, you don't need to live on campus if you don't want to. And coming from Burlington, I would say your commute's doable, but I always suggest that students live on campus their first year just to see what life is like. So as far as how to apply, first-year students, we require a completed application through the Common App. There is a $75 application fee or a fee waiver. And then as long as you submit your high school transcript and a letter of recommendation, then you should be in good shape. We are test optional for fall 22. So if you have your scores and you're happy with them, you are more than welcome to submit them. We do have an honors college as well with a specific different requirements, but if anyone's specifically interested, let me know and I'd be happy to share those with you. And just to say, we're proud of the work that we've done at NJIT, and others have noticed. As a recognized institute for experiences our students have had, the value of a Highlander education that brings to our community. We hope to see you soon and experience all that Highlander Nation has to offer. With that being said, I just want to say thank you again for connecting with me, and whether you're a student in the area, I'd be happy to reach out. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. Great information. Okay, next up, we're going to have Stevenson University.
All right, good evening, everybody. My name is Emily Rivers, and I am one of the admissions counselors over at Stevenson University. And I'm actually the assigned admissions counselor for all of Southern New Jersey. So as you all are going throughout the college search process and the college admissions process, I will be your point of contact at Stevenson. I will share my contact information at the end of the presentation in the chat, so keep an eye out for that. So Stevenson University is located over in Owings Mills, Maryland. This is only about a 30-minute drive from downtown Baltimore, and then about an hour to an hour and a half from both Washington, D.C. and Annapolis. We're a small to medium-sized institution, so we do have about 3,000 traditional undergraduate students, which allows us to have about a 17 students on average per class, and then a student to faculty ratio of 14:1. All of this is basically just a fancy way of saying that the classes that you would experience at Stevenson are probably going to be very similar to what you might be experiencing right now in college. Your professors are going to know your name. They're going to know whether or not you've been attending classes. And so you're really going to have that opportunity to develop personal connections with your professors and with your fellow peers as well. So kind of some of the defining features of us at Stevenson, we were actually ranked number 8 for best residence halls in the United States by US News and World Report. And we've also consistently been ranked as a best value school by US News and World Report over the past several years as well. So that is something that we're very, very proud of. Another kind of one of our defining features is that we put a huge emphasis on connection to career for our students. Of course, we want you all to come to college and have, the full college experience, but ultimately the reason that you're going to school is because you want to be prepared for life after graduation. So 100% of our majors offer career exploration, whether that be internships, research, clinicals, depending on what your major is. But even beyond that, most of our majors actually require that you have at least one of these by the time that you've graduated. So just to give you some examples of places that our students have interned, they've actually worked with places like Under Armour, Black & Decker, the National Aquarium in Baltimore. The list goes on and on. So there's kind of endless opportunities for our students with 3 major cities nearby. So as you can see on the screen here, these are the different academic programs that we offer at Stevenson. So I first want to preface this by saying that all of our majors are actually direct admission. This even includes some of our more challenging majors like nursing and biomedical engineering. Sometimes at other colleges or universities, you'll see that you have to wait until your junior or senior year to start taking classes within your major. But at Stevenson, we start our students off day one in the classroom so that you have as much time as possible to determine if you've selected the correct major for you. So some of our most popular majors that we offer include business administration, nursing, criminal justice, and biology. With that being said, a lot of our students also do come in as deciding. So if you don't know exactly what you want to do yet, that's completely fine. You'll use your freshman and sophomore years as a time to really take a lot of classes in different fields to get a feel for what you're interested in pursuing. I also want to point out our pre-professional advising programs. As you can see on the screen here, we do offer pre-dentistry, pre-law, pre-medicine, pre-veterinary medicine, pre-pharmacy, and pre-physical therapy. So the really nice part about these programs is that we have full-time faculty staff members assigned to you if you did participate in one of these programs that would work with you to prepare you for any tests you have to take, such as the LSAT, for example, if you were interested in pre-law, and also help you put together your application for graduate school, because all of these faculty members have been through these processes themselves. So I want to switch gears a little bit and touch briefly on our application process. So first and foremost, we are rolling admissions at Stevenson. This means that we review applications throughout the year as they come in. So we don't have early action or early decision deadlines. And it usually takes about 3 to 4 weeks for you to see your decision letter in the mail after we've received all of the necessary application materials. So in terms of what you're going to need to apply, of course, you're going to need your application. So you can either do the Stevenson University application online or the common application. We also require an official high school transcript and then an essay and a short response. And the essay is typically about 1 to 2 pages, 500 words, double spaced, really on a topic of your choosing. You can choose any of the prompts that the Common App has, but also you can really choose to write about something that you are passionate about. Now you'll notice that we do not require test scores, and that is because we're actually test blind for fall 2022 applicants. This means that even if you do submit your SAT or ACT scores to us, we're not going to look at them at all to determine whether you were admitted into the university or for any of our scholarships. So with that being said, I do want to touch very briefly on some of the scholarship opportunities that we have. So we do offer merit-based scholarships that you are automatically considered for when you apply to Stevenson. So again, that means there is no separate application. These range from $10,000 to $21,000 per year, and they're based on your GPA. So the higher your GPA, the closer you're going to be to that upper limit. We also have a full tuition award called our Presidential Fellowship, and then a number of specialty scholarships, as you can see on the screen here, with my personal favorite being the Founder Scholarship, because all you need to qualify for it is to come to our campus for a tour and then come back for an interview, and you're eligible for this $2,000 award that is renewable for 4 years. So to wrap things up, I just want to encourage you all to come on campus to visit us. We do in-person daily campus tours 7 days a week, and then we also have open houses coming up in October and December. But thank you all so much for coming out tonight, and I hope you enjoyed learning some more about Stevenson University.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay, next up we have SUNY Maritime College.
Good evening, everyone. Just bear with me as I pull up my presentation. All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Amira. I will be discussing SUNY Maritime. So I'm one of the undergraduate admissions counselors here at SUNY Maritime. I'm also an alum. So typically a lot of students do reach out to me in terms of student life and other activities on campus, as well as academics. So we are a 55-acre waterfront campus located on a thin peninsula in the Bronx, right under the Throgs Neck Bridge, which basically takes you in from Long Island into, from the Bronx into Long Island. And as you can see, we are kind of bordered by the East River as well as the Long Island Sound, which gives our students a great opportunity to learn not only on land, but on the water. So this is a brief introduction to Maritime. We are a very small campus. We are approximately 1,800 students, 70% of which are regimental students and 30% which are civilian students. And I'll go into details about that in just a little bit. We have 13 nationally recognized programs in engineering, science, business, and humanities, and all of our engineering programs are ABET accredited, which is the highest accreditation that any engineering program can receive. Despite our small size, we do have 80 plus student clubs and organizations, along with 13 NCAA Division III varsity sports. And again, since we are a small campus, we do have an average class size of about 21 students and a student to teacher ratio of 15:1. What's great about our small campus size as well as our small class size is that all the students on Maritime's campus basically know each other. So if you're coming in as a freshman, chances are that you're having classes with possibly sophomores or juniors. And then students do help each other. So if you're struggling as a freshman, you may have an upperclassman tutoring in our learning center as well. So all of our students do help each other out. With that being said, we do not have any teachers' assistants on our campus. We only have professors. So you get that great experience, that great relationship to build with your professor. So this is a list of all of our undergraduate academic programs. We have 5 Bachelor of Engineering programs. We also do have 5 Bachelor of Science programs, and then 1 Associates of Applied Science in Maritime Technology. To make up that 13, we do have 2 master's programs, one in International Transportation Management and the other in Maritime and Naval Studies. So as I mentioned before, we do have something called the regiment as well as civilian option. But before I discuss those, I would like to discuss our professional experience options. So we do have our professional experience options, which include the deck license, engine license, as well as the professional internship option. So for the deck license and the engine license, it's governed by the U.S. Coast Guard. So just like the DMV grants you your license to drive a car, the U.S. Coast Guard issues a license for our students to sail and work on vessels once they graduate from SUNY Maritime. So deck license students, those students are learning how to navigate ships. So they're the ones that can eventually captain a ship, pilot it into harbor. And then the engine license students, those students are learning how to work in the engine room of the ship. So for lack of a better term, they're learning in the belly of the beast. For the students who choose the internship option, those students are gaining real world experience through internships from outside companies. So anything ranging from Con Edison to PSE&G to Williams Mystic Research Center as well. Based off of the professional experience option that you choose, you can either become part of the Regiment of Cadets or the civilian option or the non-licensed option. If you are going for the deck license or the engine license track, you must participate in the Regiment of Cadets. It is a disciplined lifestyle where you do have to wear a uniform, follow certain rules, and then take extra classes pertaining to that license, but there is no military obligation whatsoever. For the civilian track, however, that is only the option for internship students because if you are going for that licensed track, you will need to participate in the Regiment of Cadets. Civilian students, those students are typically wearing regular clothes. They're not wearing a uniform. They don't have to wake up at a certain time for formation, just your traditional college experience. Going back to the Regiment of Cadets, you do have the option to go on our summer sea term, which allows you to gain real world experience through going and training on our training ship as well. So students who are on the civilian track, they do tend to go on internships. They have the chance of studying abroad, but they will not be traveling on our training ship. The deck license and the engine license students, however, will be on our training ship. So fast forwarding to the current slide that I have up, the application information requirements. We do accept applications to the SUNY app or the Common App. For the SUNY app, there is an additional form, which is called the supplemental application. That just tells us whether or not you want to be in the regiment or the civilian track. We do require an essay for both applications, your high school transcript, one letter of recommendation. And then in regards to your SAT or ACT scores, that we are test optional for the fall 2022 semester application season, as well as the spring 2023. You can see our requirements for for our incoming students for the Bachelor of Engineering and the Bachelor of Science programs. And our early decision deadline is November 1st, while our regular decision is January 31st. If you have any questions, this is my contact information. And then as well, you can also find my Zoom information as well as my phone number as well. Feel free to also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, as well as Twitter, as we do have great opportunities for you to visit campus as well. Thank you and have a great evening.
Thank you so much. Okay, next up we have Ramapo College of New Jersey.
Yes, thank you so much. Just also bear with me with tech here. Okay, just bringing it up here. Sorry for the delay. Okay, and I got it. Okay. All right, great. Okay, great. All right. All right, just waiting for this to load here. Okay, perfect. So thank you so much for coming, everybody. Just to introduce myself, my name is Kevon Hemmings. I'm an admissions counselor here at Ramapo College, and I am also an alum of Ramapo College, an alum of class of 2018, just like Amira before me. A little bit about Ramapo. We are located in North Jersey in Bergen County. We have about 6,000 students in total. That makes us the smallest four-year state school in the state of New Jersey. Cool part about that, average class size is 21, but we also cap our classes at 35. And so as a state school in New Jersey, to be able to cap our class at that size is something that a lot of our students are looking for when going through that experience in a classroom, okay? We are test optional. I'll go over admissions requirements later as well. Again, small classes and direct access to faculty members. They're required to have a certain amount of office hours each week. So if you need to see your faculty member, you 1,000,000% will get the chance to do it, as well as they have, again, they're really approachable after class as well. And of course, asking a lot of questions because there are smaller classes, right? So to be able to be more comfortable to ask more questions, those smaller classes really, really help. And just a little bit about our outcomes are at the bottom, our retention rate, graduation rate, and 87% of our graduates are employed or in graduate school within 1 year. Okay. All right, so, sorry. So we have a bunch of majors, over 100 majors, minors, and concentrations, and we also have a bunch of 4+1 programs. All of our majors are test optional, including our nursing program, but we do have a few joint degree articulation programs listed at the bottom. Those do require the SAT or ACT. If you have any questions about what they are specifically, let me know. But some of our 4+1 programs are getting really popular, including our brand new MFA program in creative music technology. We have 5 different academic schools that you see on the right as well, and some of the more popular majors under each school is listed. So for a cool thing about Ramapo is that we have everything between nursing and biology, all the way to drawing and painting, sculpture, visual communication design, photography, etc. We want our students to be able to explore all of those things while they're at Ramapo. You don't have to minor in something in order to join the band or in order to get involved with photography on campus. You could just join that club or just talk to the professor in that area, and then they would love your help and your assistance in that area as well. Okay, so a little bit about student involvement on campus. We do have a very robust study abroad program. Basically, we send you anywhere that's safe, and we have internships in a bunch of countries. We are Division III. We have 18 Division III sports teams on campus as well as student activities on campus. So we do have clubs, organizations, over 160. They can range from the beekeeping club. They manage bees, they make honey, they give it to students, the Dumbledore's Army Club, all the way to the sports club. So it depends on what you're looking for on campus. I'm happy to say that niche.com ranked us #1 college dorms in the state of New Jersey again this year. I think it's like 4 or 5 years in a row. And we're ranked in the top 2% nationally in the United States. So our students are living on campus. They are having a good time. It's comfortable on campus. If you want to take that 20-minute shower, feel free to do it. You're not sharing a bathroom with your whole floor. So it's really nice to be able to know that that's what students are going through on campus. All right, so applying to Ramapo. So we're on all these 3 platforms. We're on the Common App, the Coalition application, and our regular Ramapo application as well. So just some things to keep in mind when you apply. We do have obviously our application. We have an app fee of $65. If you have an app fee from the Common App or Coalition app, we do accept that as well. We don't have a minimum GPA, but our average is a 3.4 and a 4.0 scale. We do put weight on that as well. So if you are taking honors and AP courses, we do care about those. So keep that in mind. We do need 1 letter recommendation, but 2 is preferred. And also remember to turn your AP exam scores, your dual enrollment transcripts. And if you're interested in the honors college, there's just an extra essay on top. All right, so here's the admissions types. We have early decision, which is binding, early action, and regular decision. We're not rolling admission. Depending on how you apply is the date that you will receive your decision, okay? So all the information is here. And again, if you want more information about that, I am available as well. Our priority deadline for nursing and biology and for merit-based scholarships is December 15th. So keep that in mind as well. I'm gonna go over scholarships as well as cost here. So we're about $15,000 a year in state tuition. If you live on our campus, you're gonna double that. So you're looking at about $29,000 to $30,000 a year if you live on campus as an in-state student. That includes your car on campus as a freshman, your room and board, and your books. We have 2 merit-based scholarships. We have the Dean's Award of $7,500 and a Presidential Award of a full tuition scholarship. If you are in the EOF program, we do offer that as well. Please reach out to me for more information about that. And also a bunch of scholarships if you weren't able to get a scholarship coming in to Ramapo. Okay, so please come on campus, you guys. We do have campus tours Monday through Friday and select Saturdays at 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. We'll show you anything you want to see on campus, including 2 of our freshman halls. Again, the best freshman halls in the state, and I hope you do like that as well. And we also have an interactive information page at the bottom. And if you have any more information for me, here's my information on the screen, and I'll put it in the chat as well. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you at Ramapo.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. Next up, we have Purdue University.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Tonight, you have some great options here in school, so it's awesome to hear about all these other wonderful institutions. My name is Mary Ward, Assistant Director of Admissions for Purdue University. I'm actually a regional rep, so I live and work in the Chicagoland area. So Purdue is a big campus. We have almost 35,000 undergrad students. This is our profile from 2020. Our freshman class was about 8,800. We broke that record this year with over 10,000 freshmen. We are the land grant public institution for the state of Indiana, so a majority of our students are from in-state. But we do have 37% from other states. We have at least 2 students from every state in the US, but we're a very diverse campus as well. We have 12% international from 130 different countries, 24% minority. Even though we are a big campus with all those perks of a big university, we still have a small feeling on our campus. Average classroom size is 31 and student to faculty ratio is 13:1. So we are a typical Midwest college town. We're ranked many times as one of the safest and best college towns in the US. We are 2 hours from Chicago and an hour from Indianapolis. So if you need to fly in, there are bus shuttles from both airports that go directly to our campus. A lot of things happening on our campus, but off campus as well within walking distance. The top left-hand picture is a picture of the walking bridge that connects West Lafayette to Lafayette, population of over 100,000. Right-hand picture is one of our festivals where they close down the streets. They call it Starry Night. And then there's also a beautiful ice rink right along the river that students like to take advantage of in the winter time. So Center for Career Opportunities, we like to call it the one-stop shop. They're going to help students put their resume together. We do mock interviews. We do job searches for our students. But this is a great place to go to even your freshman year, because we also connect students with internships. Last year, we had over 1,700 unique employers on our campus talking to students about jobs and internships. We even have a career closet full of professional clothes. So if you need something to wear for that interview or that internship interview, we provide that for our students. Every student on our campus has an academic advisor based on their major. If you're interested in any of our pre-professional programs like pre-law, pre-med, you have a second advisor, a pre-professional advisor that helps you through that process of applying to that professional school. We are also a major research institution with over 2,000 undergrad research opportunities. You can do research your freshman year, over 400 study abroad opportunities, and we also have an honors college, which is part of the application process. We definitely encourage students to be involved in our campus, and it's easy because we have over 1,000 clubs and organizations. So we have academic clubs associated to your major, religious organizations. 20% of our students are involved in Greek life, or maybe you want to be part of our famous marching band. We even have unique clubs like the Puppy Petting Club. So the way you apply to Purdue, there's only one way to apply, and that's using the common application. There's a $60 fee unless you meet the fee waiver. We are direct admit for all of our programs. So students apply directly to their college and their major. You can select 2 majors on the application. So if there's 2 things you're interested in, list those as 1 and 2. We will not review you for your second choice major unless you're not admissible to your first choice. Most popular majors are going to be engineering. We're ranked 9th best engineering program in the country. Computer science, which is in our College of Science, not in the College of Engineering. Nursing, which is direct admit. Business, which is in Craner School of Management, and then professional flight, which is in Polytechnical Institute. We are the first institution to own and operate our own airport. You can also search majors by your interest. So if you're interested in the healthcare field, or programming, or business, it'll show you all the majors we have within those categories. So how do we evaluate applications? We do it holistically, looking at many different things on the application. So we're looking at the classwork, the classes you took in high school, the grades you received, the strength of your classes. Did you take AP? Did you take honors? We look at ACT and SAT. We do take the highest subscore of multiple test dates. But because of the pandemic, we are test flexible, meaning if you don't have access to taking a test, then you can submit your application with or without test scores. It will not hurt your chances for being admitted or being reviewed for scholarships. There is an essay on the Common App, 250 to 650 words. We also look at involvement, leadership, and letters of recommendation. They're not required, but we do encourage students to submit at least 1 or 2. It just gives us more information about you. Oops. So our tuition has been frozen for 10 years. We have not raised our tuition since 2012. So we are trying to keep those costs down for our students and our families while still providing a quality education. So a lot of ways to find out more about Purdue. We are doing in-person tours, so you can register for those on our website, get a tour by a current student, get a presentation by the Office of Admissions. We also have some open houses in October and November called Fall Preview Days. And if you can't make it to campus, there's also virtual opportunities. So definitely check out those on our website. All of our colleges offer virtual opportunities, connect with students, connect with faculty, get more information about the majors you are considering. So I apologize for talking fast, but with a lot of information to cover. And thank you so much. I will put contact information in the chat.
Great, thank you. Okay, and the University of Connecticut.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Eric. I'm one of the admission officers here for the University of Connecticut. I am the New Jersey officer, so I'm definitely your contact person for any questions you have about us. Just a note for the University of Connecticut, of course, we are the main public institution for the state of Connecticut. We have about 24,000 undergraduate students across 5 different campuses. Our main flagship campus is located in a town called Storrs, Connecticut, where we have about 19,000 undergraduate students there. So technically speaking, we are a medium-sized university. The other 4 regional campuses all throughout Connecticut are mostly for in-state commuting students. So when you are going through the common application and applying to UConn, when I ask you to list your campuses, you will be most likely interested in our Storrs campus based off of the fact that it has our residential life, that has the majority of our academic programs, has a lot of our campus life activities, athletics, and things like that as well. Storrs itself is about a half an hour away from Hartford, which is Connecticut's capital and biggest city, hour and a half away from Boston, 2.5 hours from New York City, probably about 4 hours, maybe a little bit more from your location in New Jersey. It's a really nice central location that is going to be super well connected to a lot of these bigger areas in the Northeast. Being that close to Boston, New York City, Stamford, Providence, Philadelphia does lead to a lot of opportunities, both professionally in terms of careers, internships, alumni connections, networking experiences, but also personally speaking, where we're able to arrange for trips up to Boston to see like a concert for half off, or to New York City, see like a Broadway show for a discounted price. So having all these larger markets in our backyard is really great, both professionally and personally speaking, of course. When it comes to our campus, I always describe UConn as a city school that's tucked away in the woods. The town we're in of Storrs, Connecticut is very small. It's very green. So our campus is going to reflect that. It's very in tune with the environment. It is all one self-contained campus. There are some gardens there. There are some empty fields there. There are some hiking trails nearby. So if you're someone that wants to go to a school that is really in tune with the environment, that really reflects New England in all 4 seasons, our campus is going to be the perfect spot for you in that sense. At the same time, though, we are still a large institution. You add in faculty and staff, people visiting for the day, and graduate students. We have more people on our campus than the entire town we're actually in. So it does kind of feel like its own independent city, which is really nice as well. Great downtown area in terms of shops, restaurants, apartments, museums, and things to do. Ice rink on campus. We have a movie theater on campus. A lot of our athletic programs will be around campus. So there's always a lot of things happening at our school. Academically speaking, we offer about 115 majors in 10 different schools and colleges. Our more well-known programs, things I probably get asked about the most on the road, are going to be in areas like our school business, our school engineering, and our school nursing. Outside of those particular schools and colleges, our most popular, individual majors are going to be in areas like biology, political science, and chemistry. Those are kind of our most popular majors, as well as psychology, including that as well. Outside of that, we do education, we do pharmacy, we do fine arts, we do agriculture, we do social work at our Hartford campus. So whatever you are interested in doing academically inside the classroom, we can most likely offer that to you. If you are not sure what you want to study at UConn, that is perfectly fine. You can come into UConn as an undecided ACES student. ACES stands for Academic Center for Exploratory Students. How our ACES program works is you'll be matched up with your academic advisor. They'll let you know, they'll help you figure out which courses you may be interested in taking, which programs you want to apply to, and we really take it from there. The way UConn structures its curriculum is all students will have to take what we call general education courses. So because of that requirement, your first year, sophomore year as an ACES undecided student is going to look very similar to that in our school business, our school of nursing, or our school engineering. So don't feel like it's going to take you longer to graduate, or you're not going to be building towards your degree. You'll be taking those general education courses your first year and sophomore year the same way that everyone else is pretty much at UConn, and then you transition to your major, usually for the start of your junior year. It's a very popular option. Again, about 900 students each year enter into UConn undecided, so it's about a quarter of our first year class. Other notes about academics: average class size is about 28 to 34 students, and our student faculty ratio is about 16 to 1. So class sizes really aren't terribly big. What you'll find is your first year and your sophomore year, again, when you are taking those general education courses, they can run pretty big. But as you progress through your major and start to get into your upper level biology classes or chemistry classes, they're going to get a lot more hands-on, a lot more one-on-one time with faculty and staff, just in case you're someone that benefits from that smaller classroom setting. Outside the classroom, UConn has definitely abundance of options when it comes to campus life. The big thing here at UConn is going to be through our clubs and activities, and we offer about 700 plus different ones to choose from. These clubs and activities really range all over the place, from personal interests to hobbies, professional development, community service, political groups, culture-based groups. So whatever you're interested in doing, wherever your passions lie outside the classroom, UConn is going to have a club or an organization that really does that. Just in case you're really interested in something that UConn doesn't offer, you can make these clubs up on your own. It just takes about 7 other students and faculty approval. Outside of that, we have about 21 different Division I sports teams or so, about 35 plus different club teams, and about 100 plus intramural programs. So there are a lot of ways to get involved in our campus athletically as well. And the majority of our teams play right on campus, with the exclusion of football and hockey, which are in East Hartford and Hartford respectively. Outside of that, we have about 250 education abroad programs in about 65 different locations. We're a tier 1 research institution, so there's plenty of ways to get involved academically outside the classroom if you're interested in that. And we have over 30 different chapters of fraternities and sororities. So from Greek life to clubs and activities to education abroad, UConn's going to be a large enough university where we could offer pretty much everything you're looking to do. But at the same time, it's not going to be overwhelming or too competitive or challenging or anything like that. So just to wrap up about the application timeline, UConn is not an early action or early decision school. If you apply by December 1st, it's a better chance of honors and a better chance of scholarships. And that's kind of it. Outside of that, as long as you get your application in by January 15th, you're considered on time, all good to go. And then all of our decisions are released on March 1st. So again, applications in by January 15th, but preferably by December 1st for that better chance of honors and that better chance of scholarships. And then all decisions go out March 1st. And when it comes to the application requirements, just real quickly as a wrap here, we're a test optional university, so we do not require the SAT or the ACT. We're on the common application or the coalition application, and we just pretty much require that and the academic record, of course. Testing is optional, letters of recommendation are going to be optional, and the essay is built into the application. But of course, all this information is available on our admissions website. But thank you so much for being here. That is my contact information. I will put it in the chat if we have any time left after this. But again, thank you so much for being here. And if you have any questions beyond today, feel free to send me an email. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. At this point, I'm going to invite everyone back on screen. We're going to do a quick round robin, let everybody kind of share a little bit extra. So let's look at this question. All right. So what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And we're going to go through the same order that we did before. So NJIT, you are up first.
Thanks. So advice I would give someone going through the college search process is to cast your net wide and far. You never know where the application process will take you, and you may have gone to a school that you never thought of or was never on your radar initially. And also to learn about the school's variety in terms of their scholarship opportunities. At NJIT, we are a scholarship university school, which is basically a vetted version of Google, where you can use that service to look for scholarships, all from being left-handed to being a redhead with blue eyes, all of these different things that are not necessarily based on your academics. They're more the fun scholarships. But of course, you can use the service to look at regular scholarships too, but definitely to use the resources that each university offers to their students, whether admitted or not.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, Stevenson University.
Yeah, thank you. I think the biggest piece of advice that I would give someone going through the college search process is to visit the campuses of every school that you're applying to or you're considering. I think sometimes it can be difficult to tell what a school is all about just by looking at their website or even just hearing us talk about it. So I highly encourage all of you to visit campus if possible. It'll really give you a good idea of the culture of campus and really give you a good idea if the campus is the right fit for you.
Wonderful. Thank you. SUNY Maritime.
So basing off what Emily said in regards to visiting campuses, also take advantage of all the virtual options that every college has. Kind of the blessing in disguise out of this pandemic is that mostly a lot of colleges do have opportunities for you to take like a virtual tour, has some form of hybrid option for open houses. So take advantage, do your research. I know SUNY Maritime, right off the bat, we do have some virtual Zoom sessions available as well as in-person events on campus. So this may not be the case for just us, but again, pretty much everyone on this panel has different opportunities for you as well.
Wonderful. Awesome. Ramapo, go for it.
Thanks so much. My advice definitely to quote what my colleague from Stevenson said was to definitely join and visit the college. Talk to students who go there when you're on campus, right? Like if you walk by a student while on a tour, like, hey, like, what do you think about, Ramapo? What do you think about this school, etc. They're going to give you a really honest decision, right? And a really honest response. So that's something to really figure out, but definitely visit a campus, feel out the vibe and see if that connects with you when you go on tour. And this is okay. This is the home I want to be at for the next 4 to 5 years.
Thank you so much. All right, Purdue.
First advice is don't stress. I know this is overwhelming for all these students and families. So reach out to the admission counselors. We're here to help you through the process. We are not here to sell you on our school. We really want you to find the best school for you. So that includes academically, socially, and financially. So reach out to us, find out, what opportunities we have for you academically, what are the majors, check our website out. So I think that is the biggest thing is that students are very overwhelmed right now. There's a lot going on, but this is a great time in your life. So don't stress about it. There is a college for everybody. Like someone said, look at a lot of different options. Just don't go to the schools you know about. Check out schools that you don't know about.
Thank you so much. And University of Connecticut.
Yeah, so I think the biggest piece of advice I would give is just really staying organized. To Mary's point, it is very overwhelming trying to figure out which schools are right for you. It's definitely not any easier this year with the world being on fire. So staying organized, being on top of any dates and deadlines is going to make things a lot easier for you and a lot less stressful for you. Every school is going to be different in terms of dates and deadlines, early actions, early decisions, things like that. So really important to kind of just stay aware of what these schools' deadlines are, what's required for them, and what else they may need as well. So just really staying organized, staying on top of your dates and deadlines is going to make everything just go a lot more smoother when it comes to the actual application process.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, everyone, for your pieces of advice. All righty. So that concludes our event. Thank you so much for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. We appreciate any feedback you can provide. We encourage you to check back to the schedule and sign up for more sessions. There's a few more this evening. You'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all the other sessions recordings at strivescan.com/Burlington. Thank you to all of our facilitators for being here. And thank you everyone for your time. Have a great rest of your evening.